Hey there. How is everyone? Welcome, welcome. It is Friday night. Oh, yeah. So I've had this since Tuesday. I broke my radius and my ulna wrist bones. Both of them are broken. What had happened is I was leaving in the afternoon to go get my husband from work. Our 9-year-old granddaughter saw that one of our lambs was caught in our chicken fence, and he had twisted and twisted and twisted and twisted, got himself all tangled up to the point where it was choking him. Oh, excuse me. So I went out to help him. She went out to help him. She couldn't do it. So I went out to help him. And when I went to go touching his face to get it off his head, he bucked. And when he did, he he knocked my granddaughter out of the chicken out of the chicken coop that way, and his head hit me, and I went this way, and I landed on my wrist and then my elbow that way. So I'm in pain. Well, I was. I took a Vicodin, so I'm good right now. Anyway, it's Friday night. Welcome. Woo! For many of you, I changed the title to Tiny Steps to Success to stick with my book, and eventually I will have a website calling it tinystepstosuccess.com, but I have to get there first. Tonight I'm in the self-care book, and I want to talk about emotional self-care. So one of the things that I want to mention is, as a child of God, I do read the Bible. And when I do, I want to share that with you guys as well. You don't have to believe it or not, but one of the things I want to point out to you is that Jesus did self-care, folks. In Mark 1:35, it says, very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where he prayed. So self-care is very important. It's like when you have a vehicle, if you don't put gas in it, you ain't going anywhere, right? Exactly. So self-care is important. You have to have self-care, and I don't know where to put my arm because it hurts. In Matthew 14:23, it wrote in the right down. It's written in the Bible. After he had sent the crowds away, he went up on a mountainside by himself to pray. When evening came, he was there alone. There's nothing wrong with being alone. There's nothing wrong. You're not being selfish. Jesus even did it. It's important to have that time for your higher power, whatever your higher being is. Mine's God. Do what you want, right? So what I want to do is I want to read about self-care in the book. And you can buy the book on Amazon. I think it's still on Kindle, if you don't want the actual book, right? So this is how it reads. Emotional self-care is a process in which we bring our awareness to our emotions and take the steps necessary in order to honor and care for these emotions. This is essential for our well-being, but it's not something that comes naturally to a lot of us. All right, which is true. It really doesn't. We think, oh my God, take care of my husband, got to take care of my kids, got to do this, got to do that. And we always put ourselves last. Well, sometimes our tank, our love tank, our gas, our fuel, whatever, runs dry. We can't go on fumes. So it's okay to do self-care. Just saying. All right. A lot of people try to ignore or push their emotions to the back of their minds, hoping and praying that they will just poof, disappear. Emotions don't disappear. You can put them down and put them down and put them down, but eventually it's going to be like a volcano erupting or exploding, right? Don't wait till then. Unfortunately, this only makes them stronger, and it can lead to feelings of burnt out. Don't do that. One important step to emotional self-care is to allow yourself the ability to feel and experience the emotions that come to you. It's okay. Feelings are okay to have. Just make sure you do it in a safe way, safe manner. By ignoring your emotions, it only creates bigger problems, especially if left unaddressed. By allowing yourself to experience your emotions, you can then begin to take further steps to heal and work through them. Did you know that your emotions are energy in motion? It's true. They are energy in motion and not a part of who we truly are. Like the seasons or the weather, they can change from moment to moment depending on what thoughts we are thinking or what actions one will take. Maybe even what type of an environment you're in, and always depending on what food you eat. Another important step is to surround yourself with people who lift you up and make you feel good about yourself. And this is one way you can give yourself the emotional self care you need by protecting your energy from the negative people that drain your energy and sometimes make you feel just drained. Can't take it no more, right? So here's a step that I need to practice myself. It's to meditate. Meditate. It's stated that meditating regularly can help to increase resilience in difficult situations and make you react from your emotions less often. It's important that we do that. So make sure that you connect with others, spend time with loved ones, join social groups, or seek professional support if needed, right? Make sure you're with those that help lift up your energy, not drain you. Another thing you can do, or another step, like tiny steps to success, right, is to journal. Yes, I always tell you that. Make sure you journal. Let's get the negatives out, right? If you haven't read it already, I wrote a book called Tiny Steps to Success, the Right Step. That is correct. Journaling. Journaling is a great way to release emotions, to determine if what you are feeling are your feelings or someone else's. It's a great way to gain clarity. You'd be surprised of where you started and where you are now and where you want to be just by writing it all down. And don't forget to date it. I had to put that in here. Don't forget to date it. It is also helpful when it comes to finding out how much you criticize yourself. Oh, I am so guilty of this. Guilty. But when I write it down, I see how bad it is for myself. Imagine if what I told myself, I told my friend. Would you talk to your friend that way? I wouldn't. So why am I talking to myself that way? Why are you talking about yourself that way? We don't want to do that. I'd be horrified to think of my friends that way, much less say it to their faces. You need to change how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, as you wouldn't treat others the way you treat yourself, right? You need to love yourself. So Matthew chapter 22, verses 37 through 39 says, Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the greatest and first commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 14 says, let all that you do be done in love. And that includes you. Love yourself. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. After all, we are only human. But learn from these mistakes because no one is perfect. No one. All right. So some of the things that some of the things that we need to remember is being mindful. You want to practice mindfulness techniques such as meditation or deep breathing to reduce stress and improve focus. You want to set boundaries. You also want to set boundaries for yourself. Don't talk bad about yourself, right? Because it allows others to talk bad about you. So establish clear boundaries in all relationships and work to protect your well-being, even from yourself if you have to. You want to connect with others. I mentioned that before. Spend time with loved ones, people that lift you up, not bring you down. Join social groups, or if you need to, seek professional help. There's always therapists and counselors, and there's nothing wrong with that. Engage in hobbies. Pursue activities that bring you joy and relaxation, maybe reading, gardening, music, dancing, whatever it is. But make sure that you take time for yourself. Jesus did. I said that in the beginning, and I'll keep saying it. Jesus took time for himself, so why can't you take time for yourself? Schedule regular breaks or me time to recharge and de-stress. If you have little children, put them to bed and take some me time. Practice gratitude. Focus on the positive aspects of your life and express that gratitude out to the universe, to God, to whatever your higher power is, right? Make sure you take care of your environment around you. Sometimes a good deep cleaning of the house goes a long way. Putting things away, organizing, sometimes that helps too. Make sure you get enough sunlight because you need that natural vitamin D, and always, always make sure you get enough sleep. Okay, because self-care is an ongoing process. It requires consistency and adaptation. So what works for one may not work for you. So experiment with different practices and find out what brings you the most benefit from doing it. Okay? It's very important that you care for stuff like that. I hope this has helped you. Again, my books are Tiny Steps to Success. I have 4 of those. One's a 365-day positive journal, which I need to redo because it's really, really thick. I don't like how thick it is. I want it smaller. But yes, so there's that there. It's important that you do self-care, whether it's reading a book, journaling, spending time outside in your garden, whatever your self-care looks like, please make sure you spend time doing it because you are worthy. You are not alone. So that's all I have for tonight. I know it's a short night. One thing I also want to mention, and I think I mentioned it in last week's video too, is I started an online digital marketing business. In that business, what I'm learning is how to create my own website, which I have the domain name, which is, guess what? That's right, tinystepstosuccess.com. I don't have the website up yet. I want to start a mental health community. And it'll only be like $97 a month per person. And you'll get monthly ebooks, e-journal books, actually. During the month, we'll do 1 week of a live where we all get together and talk about the week or how the week was or whatever the case is. And then I'll do one-on-one per month with you. Now, if you pay for the whole year, okay, so we're looking at $97 a month, I will give you 2 months free. So you pay only $9.70, not the $11, whatever it is, right? Then I will also give you not only a ebook journal, but I'll also give you another ebook called 4 Steps to Emotional Healing. So you'll get 3 bonuses there versus the 1 bonus if you pay $97 a month. If that is something that interests you, please comment on these and let me know. Or if you want to be accountable with me and start your own digital marketing, let's work together. I've got the link somewhere on my YouTube here. It's Llewellyn at legacywithlewellyn.com. Put your email in and I'll email you the information. It's a very easy step-by-step process, and I'm actually enjoying it. I have learned so much. So if that's something that you want to do too and learn more things of how to create your own website, how to create your own email funnel, Legacy is the best one. And I will probably put more videos up during the week regarding Legacy. And then on Fridays, I'll just do the lives here. So I hope that's something that you might think about. Again, if you're interested in the mental health, make sure you comment on here about mental health and what it is that you would need for you. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, God loves you, and so do I. You are not alone.